And welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben, and this is my review for The Protector, Season 3, a Netflix original series. In Season 3, Hakan has to fight an immortal we have not met before. What's worse is that Hakan's brother released a deadly virus at the end of Season 2, so Hakan also has to figure out how to save the city while battling the immortals. The new immortal Vizier is getting ready to conquer Istanbul with a fury of 600 years. 600 years. So if you are still watching The Protector Season 3, congratulations, you've done more than most can at this point. I've reviewed Season 1 and 2. Season 1 was interesting, it had a new atmosphere, it was something different that I hadn't seen before. I loved some of the cinematography, which I thought was excellent. I thought the fight choreography was okay, and there were some interesting shots that you get to see some of the fight scenes. It's not very fast paced and, cutting into it, so that I enjoyed, but I knew that it had to get better. We had seen a lot of this before, and it wasn't cutting new grounds when it comes to fighting. The acting was okay, not great. Season 2, it felt like it just veered off on a different path, and they didn't know how they were going to get to the end and where they were going with it. There were a lot of drawn out scenes and shots, and it lost a lot of its audience. Most of my comments for Season 2 was, what were they thinking? This was so boring. I lost it at certain points, and I understand that. I still thought it was okay. I managed to get through it, and I thought, okay, maybe Season 3 will be different. Unfortunately, it's not the case. Season 3 has 7 episodes. Each season has less episodes. It feels like that's the fate that the series has been given. 10 episodes, 8 episodes, 7 episodes. I wonder if there's going to be a fourth, whether it'll have 5 episodes. The ending of this series feels like they think it's more epic than it actually is. There are certain scenes that I thought were very good in this series. I have to give it to the extras as well. There are certain shots that there are a multitude of extras. There must have been a hell of a day to be filming like this constantly over and over and over again, from the different cuts, and just to organize that many extras. I was like, yeah, well, that's pretty impressive. And again, the cinematography, where it is located, the shots they use, I think it looks pretty. I like the way they do cutting when it comes to chasing, and there's a lot of chase sequences in this series that I feel like is one of the strongest bits, apart from the set decoration, the costume design. All of that I thought was really interesting and fun, and helps put you in the atmosphere. Where this series loses me is the slow pacing and the acting that feels very much soap. The dialogue feels like it's been taken from the soaps that we get here from the UK, like EastEnders or Holby City, that kind of dialogue, and then you put it into a mystical adventure, and it just feels out of place. I don't know if that's part of the culture and that's how they wanted to. You can really kind of put it in because it's set in Istanbul. Again, the fight sequences, I feel like they went worse. When you see the woman, particularly the woman fight sequences, when a few of the ladies throw punches, it really doesn't look like they're connecting. Or the fact that the way they throw it, there's no energy behind the punches or the kicks. And then they're fast intercutting this season, which I was disappointed to see, because they're not showing us what happens, which basically gives you the idea that they're not having any faith in their abilities of their actors to actually deliver a fight choreographed scene that makes the audience understand that, hey, this is a great fight sequence. So there was no faith in that, as far as I can see. The acting is very slow, it's very dry. I was disappointed by the fruition as well. So if you've managed to get through the Season 3 and you get to that ending when you expect to see a massive, the culmination of everything, of 3 seasons of you've got the Immortals and the legacy of that, and who do you trust and who don't you trust. The whole season is filled with storylines like that. I trust this person now, I love this person now I don't love this person. How are we going to get through that? Superpowers, now I don't have superpowers. It's all the culmination is meant to bring it to a heightened sense of, yeah, we've worked for this, now give us a really great ending. And the first half, even of the last episode, was just talking and dialogue, and if it furthers the plot and the story, then that's fine. But by that point, you need to have brought your audience on an adventure, brought them in the story, have you care about the characters, and then really give them a sense of, yeah, this is what you've been, looking forward to, the big kind of the boss battle. But you don't really get that in this. It's very slow, and even when you do get those action sequences, like I said, it feels all over the place. I was very disappointed with this season. This series started off with like, yeah, great, interesting, looking forward to seeing where they're going. I know there is some text that is based on, so hopefully if they do another season, which I think I think there is going to be a fourth one, they'll finish it well. There are times when this series delves into other past lives without going into spoilers, and you get to see what happened before, or why stuff is happening now in the future. And I thought that was when the series was strongest, especially because of the set pieces and the costume design. It was a lot of fun, and I thought it worked strongest then. I would have liked to have watched the whole series in that time location. The ending had me scratching my head and going, okay, so this is where they're going with it. Although they still left a lot of unanswered questions, I was seriously frustrated with this. If you're still watching it and you're wondering whether you should give, say, season 3 a go, but you weren't that invested with season 2, I would say give this one a miss. There's lots of other new content on Netflix, but if you're still invested and you love it and you've loved every episode, then this is more of the same, and I hope you enjoy it. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the series so far. Have you enjoyed it or have you not enjoyed it? And if you've not, which was your worst part so far? It's a terrible thing to say about a series. But yeah, that's how I feel about this one. And I've got to be honest. So I'm going to give this a D+. Do chat to me in the comments below about this series. Which is your favorite season? Do you think maybe this one's the best and I'm just talking nonsense? That is a possibility. Thanks so much for watching this review, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.